Good evening. Tonight's reading of Rideon Voil, The Old Mule and the Log Gathering, page 2. A short time later, that evening, with the moon still high in the sky, some coyotes launched intermittently into the nighttime song from a faraway location farther down in the caverns where the old man had gone. A strange scent began filling up the lake area from the darkened caverns that spread out and opened to the lake shore by means of a small stream. A slight wind gust erupted downstream, and from out of the hollows the scent of death traveled upon the evening breeze towards Rick. It lingered for only a mere second of time, and then disappeared into the night air. It was a supernatural event. A report from another place in time. Because there were no dead things around. Rick recognized it as such because he had experienced premonitions in his earlier years, and of late they'd been occurring with increasing regularities, each one more complex than the last. He'd never dare to tell anyone about them because although they were a fact of life to him, they were simply unexplainable. Rick's family was back at the house, spread out in the kitchen doing chores. Everyone, that is, except David. He was the father, and it was his job to direct the evening's activities and also to play interference boss with the kids because he was quite good at handling everyone's temper and tantrums that were apt to flare up from time to time. Where's Rick at? The mother asked. It's about time to serve up supper, she said lightly, knowing full well that he was down by the lake fishing. Okay, David said reassuringly. I'll go get him. Most times, David stayed busy handling a chore of some sort, as there was always something to do around the house. He had built the house with his own two hands over a couple of years' time. So he enjoyed working on it quite a bit. But once a year, he made sure there was time set aside for Rick and him to spend together. David was on his way out the front door when he heard his wife call to him, Supper's in an hour! Supper's in an hour! He knew she was purposely allowing plenty of time for him to meander down to the lake's edge, where he could chat with Rick, who would by now most likely have a line sunk, and would also have a pretty good stringer and brown-tailed trout set next to the shore. This was stone-kicking time. It was a family tradition to go fishing, and what better time than under the stars? He was well aware that life was too short not to spend a little time engaging in simple pleasures, and so he followed the moonlit pathway through the darkness of the night and down the hills until finally from above he could see the light of the campfire reflected from the lake's surface. There he saw two figures sitting motionless at the lake's edge, as if their silhouettes had been painted onto a canvas. As they sat there fishing, an echoing voice spewed out from the hollows. It was like a canine howling that ricocheted down throughout the nearby caverns and poured into the basin. Perhaps it was signaling a message in an ancient way to another kindred survivor and to all that might listen. The voice belongs to me, the night belongs to me. The voice seems to say, as Rick's father held his place at the ridge top for a moment or two longer to further listen to the choir of voices that echoed in response to the one lonesome coyote not too far away. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and I will see you next time. Rideon Voil, page 2.